Crocodilia is the order which encompasses the crocodiles, gharials, caimans, and alligators, collectively known as the crocodilians. The crown group of reptiles, Sauria, is split into two main groups, the lepidosaurs and archosaurs, with the Studine clade just kind of being there. Birds, along with crocodilians, are the only extant members of the Archosauria. There are 28 species of crocodilians in total, 16 of them, so the majority, belonging to the crocodiles. Like most other reptilians, crocodilians are ectotherms, otherwise known as cold-blooded. Reptiles generally have a 3-chambered heart, but crocodilians are an exception. They have a 4-chambered heart, like birds or mammals. Crocodilians also have a unique organ called the integumentary sensory organs, or ISOs, which are densely concentrated on their snout and jaws. ISOs are hair-like structures located within pits in the skin. They're connected to nerves that send sensory information to the brain, allowing crocodilians to respond to even the slightest disturbances in their environment. They can also help crocodilians orient themselves in water and navigate in low visibility settings, like when it's dark or murky. The shape of the crocodilians are adapted to fit its amphibious way of life. Its elongated body and large muscular tail make it well suited for fast swimming. The external apertures, ear, and eye openings are the highest point on their head. When the animal dives, the membrane flaps seal these holes and prevent water from entering. A membrane flap in the crocodilian's mouth, located just in front of the throat, or the cloaca, acts like a seal. This flap helps keep water out of the crocodilian's mouth while it is underwater and it has its mouth open, allowing it to breathe through its nostrils. Like many other nocturnal creatures, crocodilians have vertical slit-like pupils that narrow in bright conditions and widen in dark conditions, thus controlling the light that enters their eyes. An interesting fact about crocodilians is the crocodilian's position in the water is determined by how much air their lungs contain. By altering the volume of air in its lungs, crocodilians can modify their buoyancy. When a crocodile dives, it exhales air from its lungs, allowing it to sink into the water. Recent studies have also found crocodilians to be incredibly intelligent, being capable of sophisticated behavior such as parental care, complex communication, and even using tools while hunting. A research assistant professor at UT's Department of Psychology found crocodilians to collaborate while hunting their prey. For example, crocodiles are found to encircle shoals of fish with their swimming, progressively tightening the circle until the fish were compelled into a dense bait ball, as they call it. The crocodiles then alternately cut across the middle of the circle to catch the fish. These reptiles can also develop complex relationships with humans, such as in the small African village, Burkina Faso. This village is a large tourist attraction due to the fact that you can quite literally lay on top of the crocodiles and they won't do anything to you. The crocodilian's evolutionary history dates back to the Triassic period, around 235 million years ago, with the first recognizable crocodilian fossils appearing around 200 million years ago. These fossils belonging to the suborders Protosuchia and Sphenosuchia. All crocodilian species were terrestrial for around 20 million years before they started to colonize the seas, lakes, and swamps. The largest crocodilian to ever live is the Sarcosuchus imperator, which could grow to 39 feet. The Yasuchians, which encompass all modern crocodilians, diverged in the late Cretaceous period, so around 80 million years ago. This is a phylogenetic tree of the Crocodilia clade. As you can see, it breaks off into two main lineages: the Allargideidae, which includes the alligators and caimans, and the Longistrories, which includes the gharials and crocodiles. The Caimanae includes the 6 species of caimans, which are native to Central and South America. There's many distinct characteristics that differentiate the caiman from the alligator, their closest living relative, such as the fact that there is no bony septum between the nostrils. The ventral armor consists of overlapping bony structures made up of 2 components, joined by a structure. and their teeth are longer and sharper than those of alligators. These species are also typically smaller, being 6 to 8 feet on average, besides the black caiman, which can grow up to 13 feet. The Alligatorinae includes the 2 species of alligators. The 2 species are the Chinese and American alligator. You might be wondering, why is that the only 2 species of alligators are separated by an entire ocean? I mean, it couldn't have swam all the way to China, right? Modern zoologists speculate that the Chinese alligator, which diverged from the American alligator over 33 million years ago, is part of an ancient lineage that crossed the Bering Land Bridge in the Neogene period. Obviously, it's pretty easy to tell the difference between these 2 alligators. I mean, they're in completely different geographical locations, but also the American alligator reaches 13 feet long, while the Chinese alligators are 5 to 7 feet. Now we're going to move on to the longest trace, which includes the gharials and the crocodiles. The Crocodilidae encompasses the 16 species of crocodiles, which live in the tropics of Asia, the Americas, Africa, and Australia. Crocodiles and gharials have special salt glands that allow them to live in saltwater environments and remove excess salt from their body. These are present but not functional in alligators and caimans. Crocodiles live in brackish, fresh, and salt water, basically everywhere. But they're also more aggressive than the other crocodilians, typically. So if you're gonna get a pet crocodilian, I would recommend an American alligator, but don't. The Gavialidae includes the 2 species of gharials which inhabit Asia. Its strange-shaped snout is thought to be an adaptation for catching fish, probably allowing its snout to cut through the water with minimal resistance. Its teeth are also incredibly sharp and pointy and can catch slippery things. The false gharial, nonetheless, has been observed having a generalist diet, eating mammals like ungulates. The 2 species of gharial are the true and the false gharial, which is a funny way of naming them because they're both gharials, way to give a crocodilian imposter syndrome. Adult male true gharials have a bulbous growth known as a gara, which forms on the tip of their snout. It's named this way because it resembles an Indian pot. The growth acts as a vocal resonator, producing a loud buzzing noise when they're trying to attract mates. The false, or shall I just say the other gharial, can be distinguished due to its small, more robust size and the lack of bulb on its snout. And now that we have finished the crocodilians, we have covered all of the Archaeosauria, meaning we can now move on to the pterosaurs. So the Rhinocephalia and the Squamata.